Let's talk about when shucking and jiving goes wrong. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. Today, I want to talk to you guys about one of the most disappointing black women of all time, and that is by the name of failed actress, failed model, and failed reality star, and failed commentator by the name of Stacey Dash. Boy, I tell you, if you don't know who Dustin Ross is, he said on social media that Stacey Dash looks like an ankle. And I just can't unsee it, y'all. Shout out to Dustin Ross, famous social media personality and YouTuber. But y'all, I want to talk to you guys about Stacey Dash today. Stacey Dash, back in the day, a little history, my history with her. I was a huge fan of her. Reasons why? Because she was pretty. She was just gorgeous. She was like the living manifestation of the black Barbie doll Teresa. Stacey Dash in the 90s was that girl. And Stacey Dash is what Lori Harvey is to the younger generation today. She was the one girl that we upheld in the black community as the peak standard of beauty. Like, we just loved to look at her, we loved to see her, and we were interested in anything that she did. Stacey Dash is also Damien Dash's cousin, and therefore she was also popular in the black hip-hop community as well. So she took her popularity and fame and beauty and she parlayed it into an acting career. And she then starred in Clueless as the character Dion. And Clueless is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's still in my top 10, actually just my top list of best movies ever made. I was a huge fan of her character. I feel like a lot of black girls looked up to her character and wanted to be her. Like, I'm a Funko Pop collector, and I even have a Funko Pop of her character Dion. Like, that's how much of a fan I am of Stacey Dash and the character Dion in that movie. So Stacey also went on to star in the Clueless TV show, and ever since then, we kind of expected her acting career to elevate from there. But the first problem I've seen with Stacey Dash is she relied more on her looks versus her acting skills and improving her acting skills to elevate her acting career. Because after that, she didn't really do much. It kind of fell to the wayside. I mean, yeah, we saw her on red carpets because she was invited by proximity to her brother. And yeah, she was in a BET movie here or there, like Gang of Roses and other miscellaneous movies that came on TV. But overall, Stacey kind of laid low when she got into a marriage. And that's the second problem I've noticed with her. The second problem I noticed with Stacey is that she would get into these relationships and kind of just be expected to be taken care of and not really having to overall invest in herself. Because ultimately, she just wanted to be a pretty housewife. Her being an actress and being a celebrity was just the icing on the cake. And she didn't really invest too much into that. So after a long hiatus, it was about 3 years and she didn't pick a career, but she ended up as a video vixen in Kanye West's music video for All Falls Down, which was one of Kanye's first biggest hits. And it kind of started a mini resurgence in her career. She was then upheld again in the black community and also overall everywhere as the peak standard of a black feminine beauty. And she went on to parlay that into a modeling career where she modeled for Playboy, King magazine, and other black men's magazines as well. She then again used her beauty and her essence to have another run at a successful career, mildly successful. Her modeling career could have really taken off, but she didn't take time to invest in that either. But since Stacey was gaining a little bit more of a buzz around her name back in, I want to say 2011, 2012, but she parlayed it back into a second chance at her acting career when she started the hit VH1 show called Single Ladies, which was made by Queen Latifah. Now, Single Ladies, the acting was not good, but we loved to see beautiful women, her and Lisa Ray, just going around and partying and parlaying, looking pretty, being in the latest fashions, wearing fat-ass lace fronts, and also seeing their dating life and trials and tribulations into the world. It was a great scripted show because at the time, scripted TV shows weren't really that big of a thing. So Single Ladies was a big draw for the VH1 network. And this was supposed to be Stacey's big break. Like, Stacey really could have turned this show into something big. Now, the thing about Single Ladies was a big draw for VH1 at the time when it debuted. It started out as just a movie, but then VH1 liked it so much that they turned it into a series. And it also came at a time before Love and Hip Hop Atlanta had debuted, so Single Ladies was like a big deal. Like, a lot bigger than a lot of people took seriously, but Single Ladies was a big deal for the network. And it's something that Stacey Dash really could have like grew from the bottom up. If she would have just gotten her acting skills down to a science and genuinely just tried and had a professional attitude, Single Ladies could have been way bigger than what it was. Stacey is responsible for single-handedly ruining the franchise because she thought she was better than all of her cast. She came on with an attitude. It was alleged that she had a very unprofessional work ethic, and then on top of that, her and Lisa Ray got into it. Lisa Ray and Stacey Dash got into a fight on that show. It was mainly because Stacey Dash, they were working towards, I want to say, 4 in the morning. Stacey didn't want to recite her lines. She didn't want to do and take direction from the director. She was like making the scene long and drawn out, and Lisa Ray got fed up, like, girl, like, what are you doing? Like, get it together. Like, Lisa Ray is happy to tell you guys this story time and time again. They got into it, and then they allegedly came to blows. Now, I don't know if it's confirmed that Lisa Ray hit Stacey Dash, but if you look at Lisa Ray got her together in some form of fashion. And things got so tense on set to where Stacey would always come on with security, and it just created for a hostile work environment. And ever since then, it was either Stacey got let go or Stacey willingly quit, and then her absence really felt very impactful for the show because once she got off the show just went to complete shit. I mean, yeah, they tried to replace her with Denise Vassy, like a younger version of Stacey Dash, but she was really just like a Minnie Mouse voice version of her, and it didn't really work out that well afterwards, and Single Ladies kind of just fell to the wayside. So a few years go by after Single Ladies tanked, and Stacey Dash was borderline blackballed from the entertainment industry. Like, nobody was really checking for her at all. So in order for her to get a little bit of a buzz behind her name, during the presidential election between Mitt Romney and Obama, she went ahead and offered full support to Mitt Romney and thus became a Republican in the making. So Mitt Romney then fails to become the president, and after that, the black community was not checking for Stacey Dash at all. And instead of her trying to get positive PR behind her name, she goes completely out of left field and against the grain and gets herself on Fox News and says these sentiments about the black community.
Either we want to have segregation or integration, and if we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards and the Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black. If it were the other way around, we would be up in arms. It's a double standard. Just like there shouldn't be a Black History Month. You know, we're Americans, period. That's it.
So after her saying this crazy mess, she ends up landing a job on Fox News. And if you know Fox News likes any black person that goes against the grain and goes against their own community. I mean, they even hired Diamond and Silk, and they even hired Candace Owens. Where are these ladies at today? I do not know. But Stacey Dash was one of the latest commentators on there. She would just get on there and just say just the craziest shit. Like, just get on there and just say shit that she didn't even believe herself. And you could tell that she was just forcing it for a check because, like, she just looked even guilty. Like, you can even tell in her eyes she looked guilty about the shit that she was saying. And the things that she was saying was so crazy that it got to a point where we did not even take her seriously at all. It's just like, okay, Stacey, like, you clearly are just broke. Her cousin Damon Dash even came out and said, like, look, Stacey hasn't had a check in 15 years. Like, you see what she's doing, right? And you could tell that she was doing anything for a check when she was invited to the Oscar stage by Chris Rock, making a complete fool of herself on national television.
And that is why it is my honor to introduce the new director of our Minority Outreach Program. Please welcome Miss Stacey Dash.
I cannot wait to help my people out. Happy Black History Month. Thank you.
Thank you.
And after that very moment on the Oscar stage, we wrote her off as a clown, and we didn't see too much of Stacey Dash ever since then because she got fired from Fox News. The people that she ran to, she got fired from. And now today, fast forward, she has seen the light, y'all. She's delivered. She now wants to come back to the black community with open arms. And it's like, oh, nah, Negro. You know, I feel like I talk about race a lot on this channel, but I equate her coming back to us as, you know, that one slave that was treated well by the slave master was the concubine and kind of looked down on the rest of the field slaves. But then all of a sudden, whenever the slave owner did something that she didn't like, she came back to the field like, oh no, we need to rise up. We need to make a plan of action. We need to get some get back. But nah, Stacey, it's not gonna happen, girl. Now, I will say this time and time again. We here in America, they only cancel black women. Stacey got confused and forgot that she was a black woman, a double minority at that. Like, Stacey, you are black and Mexican, and you were aligning with racist white people that have racist views, that have views that you really did not even share. Knowing being a double minority in this role, like, you were really willing to go against the grain completely because you blackballed yourself out of so many chances and opportunities that could have elevated yourself into a higher position in the industry. But yet you went ahead, you didn't think you had to put in the work, you didn't think that you had to network, you didn't think that you had to treat other people nicely because, oh, you're so pretty, oh, you got this, you got that, you have the Dash name behind you. But you did not realize that you had to solidify that little platform that you had. So many opportunities Stacey Dash had in life went completely wasted into what she looks like now. She doesn't even look like herself anymore, y'all. Like, she's like aging like a racist white person. Like, when I look at Stacey Dash, like, I just look at so much wasted potential. Like, I look at what could have been. Like, Stacey, like, I would never realize how somebody could just ruin their whole entire career the way that she did and thought that she was going to get away with it. But however, I will say, in order to lift somebody up, I would love to see like a black publication do an in-depth interview with her. I feel like the best way for her to come back is to realize what she did and realize how sorry that she is. She stated how sorry she was in an interview at, I want to say it was USA Today, who knows. But you need to come on a black platform like The Breakfast Club. You're going to get chastised, but if you do this, it will salvage some part of your career. At least I think it will. And maybe you will get your skin back, you'll get your clout back, and maybe you will get like a name back and a second chance in a Tyler Perry film or something. But Stacey Dash, I don't know how much of your career you could salvage at 60 years old. I mean, maybe you can try out for the Real Housewives or go down and get a part-time job at Forever 21. I don't know. But Stacey Dash, the moral of the story is you can't shit on the black community multiple times and then we welcome you back open arms. You give us your ass to kiss and then for the fourth time expect us to come back and welcome you with open arms. Things don't work that way. And lastly, Stacey Dash, I hope you learned the big lesson overall in your life, which is the fact that you were acting a complete buffoon to think that you were going to get further in life by being a coon. But those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will come to you guys with some more content.